Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another teacher episode. Today's topic is seriously, can they all learn? When parents drop their babies off each day at school, that's when the buildings were open, that is. But when parents drop their babies off at school each day, their expectation is that they're in a safe environment, free from any hazards. Their expectation is also that their baby is learning strategies and ways to be successful in life. Their expectation is also that all this is going on in a fun environment. Okay? So now, let me say, parents have a right to have those expectations. And as teachers, we try to secure those expectations. Now, as teachers, we also have other expectations. In a perfect school setting, every single teacher has very high expectation for every single student. But we're not living in a perfect world, are we? So, I'm here today to tell you that as teachers, some of us might have very high expectation of our learners, while others might have low expectations of those learners. Okay? Now, let me try to explain the difference for both expectations. Teachers who demonstrate high expectation towards their learners, those teachers oftentimes are privy to some information that tells them that that child has been successful in previous years. So these students are highly motivated, self-motivated. They have that intrinsic, that built-in desire to learn, okay? Now, those students are ready for school. They come equipped, ready for learning, and are usually highly successful learners. On the other end of the spectrum, though, are those students who are not equipped for learning. And by not being equipped for learning, what I'm alluding to is the fact that some of these babies, they are coming from very challenging home environments. And because of those challenges, oftentimes it's portrayed in how they master content in each of the grade levels. So you might see some of these babies being retained for a year or two in their academic content. But when a teacher has low expectations for these children, it further sets them up for failure. Now, I say this because what an environment, a low expectation learning environment, that's a tongue twister. A low expectation learning environment looks like this. Daily use of worksheets, okay? Not that there's anything wrong with worksheets. It can give additional practice. But when worksheets are simply doled out day after day without significant or sufficient interaction between student and teacher, that's an environment that's of low expectation. When assignments are given day in, day out, having the student simply regurgitate whatever has been written on a board, or let me put it like this, copying notes. When an entire class session is consumed in having the student simply copy notes, that's an environment of low expectation. So now, can all students learn? Seriously? The answer to that question is yes. There's a saying out there that goes, as teachers, we did not choose the profession chose us. So, as teachers, we have power. We have the power to maximize the learning for our babies. And we do that by immersing them in rigorous instruction, regardless of what their home background, their home makeup consists of. We owe it to our children to engage them in learning that is meaningful. Not that there is anything wrong with note taking, but when our babies are experiencing challenges before they enter our classrooms, going through the process of simply copying notes down on my notebook on binder paper will not maximize my learning or engage me. There's got to be discussions going on showing the understanding that they have pulled from whatever notes that they have copied. So there's got to be discussions. There's got to be a forum set for them to be able to ask questions. There's got to be meaningful dialogue and interaction going on between teacher and student. So, can all students learn? Seriously, the answer to that is a resounding yes. Join me in helping all students to learn. It's Sandra with you again. Thanks for joining me. Please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and the bell notification. Thank you so much. Be safe.